This one's a short video, just about a thought that I've had for a while now. It's to do with the difference between freedom and peace. I think a lot of people tend to conflate the two, or want one thing without realizing the other has to be sacrificed as well. Peace and freedom, although both very good things, work against each other. So when there is freedom, when you're fighting for freedom, there is generally no peace because you're fighting for something. And when there's peace, that peace is only there because someone is being exploited. In a utopia, you would rather have peace where no one is being exploited. There are people that are being exploited. And that is the nature of the world. And that will always be the nature of the world. If you look at the colonial period, the European colonial period where Europe colonized most of Africa and Asia, there was relative peace in those lands, however people were not free. If you look at the times of slavery in America, and slavery in general really, times were peaceful, relatively, but people weren't free. There was no freedom. And you see it across the world as well. I mean, today North Korea is one of the most repressed nations in the world, but internally there is peace. There is no civil war, there is no internal struggle. It's peaceful. A lot of people neglect the fact that you have to sacrifice peace to get freedom. I think people tend to want all that is good all the time. When you are fighting for something, you have to put your all into it. The only revolutions that have ever succeeded are ones where freedom was at the forefront of everyone's mind. And yes, there have been violent revolutions, there have been revolutions where people have been killed. To gain freedom, you have to sacrifice peace. I think that is the main rule, and it's sort of the main discussion point. And to get to peace, the utopia peace, the peace where everyone is free, there's a lot of struggle to get there, because today there are too many oppressed people. Too many people today are not free. Too many people today don't have their freedoms. And it's easy for me and you to sit here in the UK or the US where there is relative peace and speak about how people have to fight for their freedom. But most of what we gain from that fighting is greater than the peace that we would ever live through. It's better than the peace that we would ever live through. A lot of people are scared to break the peace. They're scared to break harmony. Even though within that harmony, there is injustice and there is exploitation. In the UK today, it's a relatively peaceful country, but it runs on that peace because the UK externally and internally exploits people. In the UK, it exploits housing, labour, it exploits a load of things. Externally, it exploits minerals, it exploits other countries, it exploits poorer countries, it exploits poorer people. These are known things. So, for there to be peace in the UK, someone has to be exploited. Someone has to have some injustice done unto them. So the fact that there is peace in the UK isn't important to me. That's the main crux of my point. I think a lot of people love peace without understanding that within peace is an internal struggle for freedom. Peace is comfortability. Peace is annoying at times. It doesn't get things moving because people get so comfortable in peace. And can I be honest? I empathize. I don't want war. I don't want fighting. I don't want people being killed. I don't want people being murdered. I don't want shouting on the streets. I don't want revolutions. I don't want protests. Because that harms peace. And I love peace. I'm self-aware that I'm comfortable. And I'm self-aware that I'm in a situation where I can say I love peace. Because as much as there is exploitation in this country, I myself am not being directly exploited. However, there are people around the world all the time which are being exploited. Peace comes at a cost. And the only way to pay off that cost is with freedom. And freedom comes with a lot of suffering. I always love to relate things to my country, Algeria. 8 years of brutal war, 8 years of torture, of murder, of rape, of everything under the sun was inflicted under the Algerian people, but after 8 years, the Algerian people were free from colonialism. That is the truth of it. And you will be oppressed, you will have injustices done unto you, and it is your decision whether to fight for your freedom or to live in their peace. If I'm being honest, I think that is a very hard decision to make. And I think we're very privileged in this conversation here to even think that, because some people's natural instinct is to either lay down their arms and sue for peace or keep on fighting and possibly die. It's been a thought that I've had for a while, to be fair. It's not an easy topic. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of people disagreeing with me. I understand that, again, I've said this throughout the video, I'll say it again. I am in a privileged position. I don't have to fight for anything right now. So me saying all of this can sound a bit... but I think it's something worth talking about. I think it's... complacency has taken over the UK like a plague. And it's really starting to bug me now, because we're seeing injustices happen in our own country in front of our eyes, lies happen in front of our eyes, while we're still getting taken the piss out of by, I don't want to say politicians, by everyone. By everyone who controls the means of our existence, we are getting taken the piss out of. Anger is stemmed from fear, and anger turns to violence. And the rhetoric that is being pushed by not only this country, but by a lot of countries in the West, is scary, because it harkens back to a period of time that a lot of people thought they moved past and thought they forgot. The great author Noam Chomsky lived through everything in the 30s. The rise of fascism, the rise of Nazism, Second World War, and everything that preceded it. We're seeing the mirror image of that now. And that is because we took peace for granted. We took peace as our measurement for what is good in this country, without realizing that peace can rip you apart because you're comfortable and you're complacent and you're naive. And now you're not politically active, and now you're not thinking about what people above you are saying. You're just digesting and digesting and digesting, and your critical thinking skills go down and down and down. And then a generation of people who swallow the news and swallow media and swallow lies then become people who can vote and change society through their vote. And that's scary, because again, that harkens back to a period of time that a lot of people thought they forgot. So I do think it is up to us to fight for a proper freedom, and that means disrupting peace. That was a thought that I had, that was a very, it's a very. Anyway, thank you for watching. It was a waffle one today. One of my old ones, the ones that I'm sad, but it's just a bit high quality because you can see my ugly mug now. So yeah. Anyway, bye bye.